I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out.
Melania Trump is suing The View for $100 million, and the situation has already caused major problems for the show. The fallout has led to some surprising consequences, including the firing of Sunny Hostin. Her comments about Melania were so controversial and legally dangerous that ABC had no choice but to let her go. But that's just the beginning. The show could be facing even bigger troubles than anyone expected. Sunny Hostin suggested that Melania Trump might have a complicated or even adversarial relationship with her husband, Donald Trump. While it could be taken as a metaphor, implying that Melania might distance herself from him, the way it was presented left room for much more speculation. Was this statement true? There's no evidence or credible reports to suggest that Melania has any plans to turn against her husband either emotionally, politically, or legally. Throughout her time in the public eye, Melania has kept a relatively low profile. She supported her husband during key moments, but she's also maintained her own identity. During a segment discussing Melania's time as First Lady, Sunny Hostin and other hosts didn't just offer their opinions, they made some very harsh remarks. Some of what they said sounded more like personal attacks than thoughtful critiques. For example, Sunny claimed that Melania didn't want to be First Lady in the first place and wasn't happy in her marriage. She even said that Melania didn't want to share a room with Donald Trump, implying that their relationship was in serious trouble.
She doesn't care about any.
She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
These comments, made without any solid proof, crossed a line between criticism and personal attack, leading to serious consequences. The hosts didn't stop there. They also criticized Melania's decision to redesign the White House Rose Garden, calling it a destruction rather than a renovation. They also took shots at her apparent dislike of Christmas traditions. One host even asked, "Who hates Christmas?" implying that Melania's refusal to embrace holiday decorations showed how much she disliked her role as First Lady and her surroundings.
She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want
She doesn't care about any.
She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him.
It's one thing to criticize a public figure's policies or actions, but attacking their marriage and personal preferences goes much further. The comments quickly escalated to what many felt was an attempt to tear down Melania's character rather than have a fair discussion. The media picked up on it, and the situation spiraled into a full-blown controversy.
Critics are going hard after a liberal media member for vile comments about Melania Trump.
Normally, The View is known for its fiery debates, which keep audiences engaged. But this time, the backlash was swift and harsh. It wasn't just Melania who was upset, it was also viewers who felt that the hosts had crossed a line. The big question became whether it was an issue of free speech or harmful gossip.
Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom.
Melania didn't take the remarks lightly. She decided to take action by filing a $100 million defamation lawsuit against The View hosts. Melania is someone who usually keeps a low profile and doesn't seek the spotlight unless it's absolutely necessary. During her time as First Lady, she was known for staying private and out of the media's constant attention. So when she filed the lawsuit, it made it clear that she was serious about defending her reputation. In her legal claim, Melania argued that the comments made on The View were not only hurtful but also false and damaging. The accusations that she wasn't interested in her role as First Lady, wasn't happy in her marriage, and didn't care for Christmas traditions were serious allegations. These are not minor criticisms, these are statements that could harm someone's carefully crafted public image. Melania has always worked hard to maintain a positive and polished image, so such remarks could have lasting negative effects. For Melania, the lawsuit wasn't just about being personally hurt by the comments, it was about holding people accountable for spreading false and damaging claims. Her legal team emphasized that the lawsuit is about making sure that spreading unverified, hurtful statements, especially on a widely viewed platform like The View, should have consequences. This lawsuit is her way of saying that enough is enough and that there should be a limit to what's considered acceptable in public discourse. What makes this lawsuit particularly interesting is how it fits with Melania Trump's public persona. She's not someone who enjoys being in the spotlight or participating in public drama. In fact, she has always kept a low profile and avoided attention. By choosing to take legal action, Melania is making a bold statement. She is showing that she won't stand by while people tarnish her reputation. This move is strong and could have wide-reaching consequences, not only for her but also for the media world in general. The lawsuit raises big questions about how the media should behave and where the line should be drawn between free speech and spreading harmful gossip. Shows like The View are known for their lively discussions and controversial opinions.
And it's a very fun night when he does that.
That thing needs a laugh track. It needs a laugh track.
I have to say, I was surprised when she mentioned his sense of humor.
This is a big part of what makes them entertaining. But when does an opinion cross the line into harmful gossip? It's always been hard to separate what's considered satire, opinion, and defamation, but this case could help clarify things. In her lawsuit, Melania argues that the comments made on The View weren't just opinions, they were damaging, untrue statements about her personal life. If she wins, it could set a new standard for how public figures are treated by the media. For example, media outlets might become more cautious about what they say, especially about someone's personal life. Shows like The View might have to focus more on what is factually verified and less on speculative or controversial opinions. This could lead to a significant shift in how the media handles sensitive topics. On the other hand, some critics argue that this lawsuit could have a chilling effect on free speech. People might hesitate to share their honest opinions, even if they mean well, out of fear of being sued.
I mean, that is violent. They've got to stop talking like that about a former president who's had 2 assassination attempts. I mean, that's just ignorant.
The case raises difficult questions, such as whether public figures, especially those in politics or entertainment, should expect a higher level of public scrutiny, or if they deserve the same privacy and respect as everyone else. At what point does free expression turn into defamation? There has been a lot of discussion online about whether Sunny Hostin's comments went too far. Some people believe she crossed the line, while others defend her right to express her opinion. Regardless of where you stand on this, one thing is clear: the controversy has put Sunny under intense scrutiny. Some people think The View might distance itself from her in order to protect the show's image. No one wants to be caught up in a long, drawn-out legal battle or risk upsetting their audience. Others think the situation could be a way to shift attention away from the drama, using it to stir more conversation. It's a tough position for Sunny. When faced with this kind of backlash, it can have a big impact on someone's career. If The View decides to let her go, it could be a serious blow to her career and reputation. On the flip side, it could serve as a wake-up call for the show, prompting them to think more carefully about how they address sensitive subjects. The View has always been known for its bold, unfiltered discussions on hot-button issues. Its fans appreciate hearing unapologetic, progressive views on everything from politics to culture. But this same approach can sometimes backfire, as it did with Melania Trump. The comments made about Melania seemed carefully crafted to fit the show's audience. They criticized her role as First Lady, mocked her marriage to Donald Trump, and even threw shade at her holiday decorating choices. These remarks played into the kind of rhetoric that resonates with the show's core viewers. Was this intentional? It's likely. Controversy generates ratings, and shows like The View thrive on discussions that spark strong reactions. The more divisive the topic, the more likely it is to get people to tune in, share clips on social media, and start conversations. This type of debate is what keeps the show relevant and its audience engaged. Even former President Donald Trump weighed in on the issue, stating that his wife had every right to her own opinions.
The former president says he thinks his wife should be allowed to think for herself.
We spoke about it, and I said, you have to write what you believe. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to write what you believe.
This divide highlights the deep political and social biases that influence how we view situations like this. For supporters of The View, the comments are seen as holding a powerful figure accountable. For critics, the comments represent an attack on someone who doesn't fit the show's ideological stance. No matter which side you take, whether you support Melania or The View, one thing is clear: everyone has an opinion, and they aren't afraid to share it. This situation highlights how divided we are, and how the media can play a big role in shaping public opinion. The outcome of this case could change how public figures are treated by the media, and it raises important questions about the balance between free speech and responsible reporting.